ride started early Saturday morning at the pedal-driven bike shop located in the historic district in Sanford, Florida.
Oh, he's got skinny tire bike.
We are about to embark on this adventure.
Woo!
Here with Matt.
Oh yeah, we're ready.
Matt's the owner of this shop where we're starting here. Also here with Tony.
What's up?
Guys ready to do this?
Yeah. Definitely right into Alexander Springs.
All right, let's go. The ride was planned having two different starting locations, the first being at the bike shop. Shortly after 9 when we started, we were joined by one more rider. The four of us then rode 9.5 miles to the second starting location, where we would be joined by the remaining riders and what would make up the bulk of our group. Hey, we got a good group here. Nice.
Morning.
Hello. I wasn't exactly sure how many more riders to expect, and so I was stoked to see an additional 12 show up for a total of 16. What's up, Frank? What's going on, man? Good to see you. About 5 minutes after the second group of riders arrived, we resumed by entering the Markham Woods trail system right across the street from our second starting location. The route then took us into the Seminole State Forest a few miles later. About halfway through the Seminole Forest, we stopped for some quick local knowledge about Blackwater Creek from Ron.
Upstream is also really cool. It splits. Sulphur Run goes one way. If you go up far enough, you run into an old railroad bridge. That's where most people like to go. It actually is a full bridge across the river.
From there, we continued moving north toward the Cassia Trailhead at the north end of the Seminole State Forest. Once there, the group stopped for a moment to regroup and be updated on what lie ahead. Yeah, we're going to be on pavement here for about 2.25 miles on 44, and then we turn left on Royal Trails. That's another roughly two-ish miles, maybe 2.25, and that takes us right to Maggie Jones, which Maggie Jones is going to be a lot like what we just did, except the final 2 or 3 miles it turns into pavement and it starts becoming light residential. But the majority of it is just like what we just rode, gravel, wilderness. Yeah, so if you guys need any water, drinks, food, bathrooms, whatever, get it at the Dollar General, because once we leave there, that's our last stop until we actually get to Alexander Springs, which is like another 12 miles of single track up the road. And it's a good, at least a good hour. By the looks of this, we'll probably have a little bit more sand than expected, so that's going to probably slow us down a bit. Left turn. A little over an hour and 13 miles later, we arrived in Paisley at the Dollar General, the only store for miles in any direction. Here, the riders restocked with water, drinks, and snacks.
Enter into the. Now we're going to take the.
After what was around a 20-minute stop at the store, we resumed progress on what was the final leg of the day's ride. 12 miles of single track on the Paisley Trail. Alright, we are taking a quick break here to regroup. We are still waiting on, I think, 2 riders that have fallen back a little bit. We're basically almost in the middle of nowhere. And here they come!
Alright, break's over, let's go.
Alright, we just made it to Alexander Springs. About 33 miles and several hours after the day's start, we arrived at our destination, Alexander Springs. So here we are at Alexander Springs, and we just grabbed a couple of picnic tables and grilling some hamburgers, hot dogs, have some food that was driven up for us. A couple of the riders had someone meet us there with a grill and some great food. So I'm about to go take a shower over that way in the facilities. Might take a swim in the springs. But yeah, we're all here and we've just eaten. So in a little bit, I'm gonna get cleaned up and then go to camp. I'm walking down to the spring. I just left the bike over there. Apologies if the video quality isn't optimal because I have my phone in a plastic bag right now because I'm trying to get an underwater view of the spring itself. It looks like this awesome crater. Well, that didn't work too well. I had my phone enclosed in a sealed plastic Ziploc bag for waterproofing, but the pressure of the water up against the touchscreen pressed the stop record button, so this is all I was able to get. Alright, here we are. We just left the Springs Park proper, and we're a little bit across the street in this wooded area. You can see everybody is about to set up camp. Everybody's clearing their spot.
Home sweet home.
This is going to be home sweet home for the night.
4 to 5 hours.
Matt here's testing out his new hammock. It's already got it set up just about.
We lost you guys for a while.
2 stragglers just rolling in. So I should mention that most of the riders in our group hadn't planned on camping or riding back, and so had made arrangements to be picked up at the picnic site. That left the following 8 that you see here, plus myself. So we are here. I think everybody's, as you can see behind me, everybody's pretty much got their sleeping arrangements fully set up. Most of us are in tents, as you can see, except for these 3 guys here are in hammocks.
You took
But we're basically set up for the evening, and we started a fire, which we'll be adding wood to here in a little bit. So we're fixing to have a pretty cool night. We should have fantastic weather.
Yeah, take a picture of that side.
It's gonna be awesome. What time is it?
7:08.
All right, here we are. Morning 2, 7:08 a.m. and everybody's packing up, ready to hit the trail in a little bit.
Burned all that wood.
We're all getting ready to make a deposit. That's what we're doing.
In the safety deposit box. So this turned out to be a fantastic campsite. Had a fantastic campfire. We've all eaten breakfast, and we're about ready to rock and roll here in probably 20 or 30 minutes or less. So we will be making the trip homeward bound.
Did a great job.
It did. It did.
That spring was cleanest water you can find.
So how was it sleeping in a t-shirt?
Not too bad. I got cold though. I started laying up. I'm like,
Next time you'll bring more stuff, right?
I gotta bring the sleeping bag. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. It'll work out.
So Speedy Gonzalez wasn't so, like, all of the lightweight approach wasn't so much the way to go on this, was it?
I survived that. That's all that matters.
All right. And this is what's left of our campsite. This area here is where we had 2 tents and 2 hammocks set up over here. There was another guy with a hammock over there and some tents over that way. We extinguished the campfire. We had a nice fire going on right here. That's taken care of. All right, we are packed up and ready to roll. We're waiting on one rider who went to get some water. All right, we're back here at the Dollar General on the return leg home. We just finished the Paisley Bike Trail a few minutes ago. And there's the rest of the crew waiting for us. So we're here at the, this is basically the almost halfway stop on the way back. This is the Dollar General. We stopped here yesterday on the way up, and this is the only store around for miles in this area, so it's kind of like an oasis in the middle of nowhere. This was the point where we lost 2 more riders. One of the guys lives in an area that's in the opposite direction to where we were heading, and so he broke off from the group here and rode home. The other rider was becoming a victim of fatigue and decided it best if he hung back at this location and had his wife come pick him up.
Mark, you're gonna miss the sandy road.
Yeah, no. I'm excited about that.
All right, and we're off. I don't know. think we may have a slight hold up here. I don't know what's going on. We got a rider back there whistling for us. Oh! Okay, so one of our riders left his backpack at the store. And he's got to run back to get it. So while we waited for Dean to retrieve his backpack, this rather unique and interesting vehicle drove by, and we were trying to figure out exactly what it was.
Is that a new model of something?
Looks like they took the front end off of something.
I didn't get a good look at it, just the side and the back. But
But it said excursion on it.
what kind of car was it?
Excursion.
Yeah, that ain't an excursion though. An excursion was longer than that.
What do they call it? The one where they cut up
The Avalanche. That sounded like a Ford engine though. The GM diesels don't sound like that.
Alright, we just pulled into the Cassia Trailhead.
No.
We're at the north end of the Seminole State Forest now, so we only have about less than 15 miles to go to complete this ride. We just came up a section of paved road over there, which was pretty challenging because it's uphill and into the wind, and we're starting to get tired, and we stopped here to regroup.
Oh, with no wind back where I was.
Eating a little bit of snacks here. What's say there, Tony?
What's up? That was a hard push.
It was. That was good. That was good.
Little train going.
Thanks to Speedy Gonzalez over here. I'm gonna start calling you T-shirt guy. How's that? This guy didn't bring shit. He brought like
One
a
extra pair of underwear.
he brought like a silk sock to go bike packing. Meanwhile, everybody else is pretty loaded. Frank here wussed out, dropped his bag off with somebody, so a car's gonna come get him. I'm just giving you crap, Frank. No, it's all good.
We're all still hanging in there.
Yeah, we're almost done.
I'm impressed by this guy.
All right, guys, we're on the home stretch.
Yeah.
Bear Pond Trailhead. Woo. How many miles is it to your place from here?
I have no idea.
You come here all the time.
I don't have a computer.
Uh,
I don't have Strava.
I'm gonna tell you.
it's got to be like probably what I would say 5. That sound about right?
Sounds about right.
All right, about 5
7.
miles. 5 miles
I
to go.
got 7.
7. All right,
Call it 7.
home stretch.
6.
Almost there.
Let's do it.
All right, we're here on the home stretch on the Markham Woods single track. We've got like just a couple miles to go, and we ran into
I swear, I camped too.
some people from yesterday that rode up with us. They're out here riding their Sunday ride.
Good ride.
Yeah, man. You did something when you did something like that.
Yeah.
All right. The home stretch here. There goes Speedy. A couple riders still back there a little bit, but this is it, man. We're done. We're back at our starting point. It's been a great weekend. Great ride. Great times. Great weather. Pretty much great everything. Great food. Hey.
Suck it up, guys.
Here we are.
Made it.
Ride completed. Strike a mean pose like you're a total badass or something.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's everything.
Give me that mean pose.
Well, mean pose is this. What? To the tent and
No. I need you to stand up, man.